us about the guys that tried out today. Were there any standouts?
Well, as you're evaluating, you don't want to make any assumptions. There's some things that you see and you're pleased with what they do, but I like to go back, watch the entire tape, and then make an assessment instead of, some guys flashed and they did some nice things. Everyone, I was around Connor Cook for a little bit at Cincinnati when he was there with us last year, so I've had an opportunity to be around him and see him, and of course he fit in and made some really nice throws during the day. But I got to watch the whole tape and make that entire evaluation. There were some others too who did a lot of cool things. Trent Richardson moved around nicely out there, and he looks like he's in pretty good shape, which is good. So as the evaluation assessment goes on, that's why we have these showcases, so we can stack the board and we can grade the guys and then be able to stack the board and put them in position where we think we want to draft them.
Okay, so you guys launch in February. A lot of work to be done between now and then. What happens next for these guys?
Well, for the players, they'll go back and some might get calls to go in the NFL. Needless to say, some won't, and as we get closer to our draft, we'll also be watching the camps, the NFL camps, to see the guys that get released and cut, so that we have a chance to go and have an opportunity to sign them so that they can be in our draft in October.
Now, you yourself, you were a player in the NFL for more than a decade. Were there any special highlights in your career? I know that was just a couple years ago.
Well,
you're
awful kind, because the last time I put a uniform on was 1997 playoffs, so it's been a while. Probably, obviously playing in the Super Bowl and 3 AFC championship games, and those are pretty fond memories and opportunities to, when you get to the pinnacle of something and have an opportunity to try to grab the brass ring. You've done some good things in your career, and I'm very fortunate and blessed just to have that opportunity, so it's been good.
Now, you previously coached under Bob Stoops. He's also a coach. Have you talked to him? Do you guys talk regularly?
Oh, yeah. Bobby and I have been friends since we played together in college, too, so we've known each other for forever, for a lifetime. And actually, we had our meetings in Austin, our head coaches meetings back during March. And so Bob and I took my son Jackson out to dinner, who plays basketball at the University of Texas. So, our families have stayed close, and we're good friends. So it's been cool.
Well, it's interesting. You mentioned your son. I mean, you've got your son, your daughter, your wife, all basketball,
yeah.
And you're football. So how do you guys coexist in a house divided?
Oh, it's not divided, because Jackson played football up until his junior year in high school, into his junior year. And then, of course, my daughter plays volleyball, even though she committed to the University of Cincinnati here recently. But, all my kids, and then my 2 younger boys are 3 sports athletes also. So, and Jackson was a 3-sport athlete. So, to me, and my wife was a college athlete and an All-American basketball player, but she played multiple sports coming out through high school. So to us, that's very important. If you want to play sports, you got to be able to play more than one, because one complements the other and helps you get better. So that's why they've always played more in one sport, even though in today's society everyone pushes just, hey, you gotta do this, you gotta play in just one, and we've never felt that way.
So it's not a house divided. It sounds like it's all love.
No, it's a house together. We're a very close knit family, and we root for each other and make sure that each when Jackson's home, he goes sees his little brothers play or goes sees his sister play. That and that's because they went and saw him play. And the coolest thing ever happened. Probably you were asking me about some of my sports things, but the coolest thing for me was when Jackson was a senior, his 2 little brothers got to be the ball boys for his championship team that whole year. and watching them looking up to him was a cool thing.
That's pretty awesome. He had a moment on Monday. Was it Monday night? The dunk?
He showed out a little bit. Yeah, he had 28 points his first game he got to play.
No, let's talk about the dunk heard around the world.
The dunk. Yeah, he did have a moment then. Yeah, but I told him, I said, you had the fastest. I guess they said that he had the quickest technical ever in the history of the NBA, because after he dunked it, not that dunk, but the first dunk, he slapped the backboard and got a technical. So I said, no more of those, right? And he goes, yes, sir. So.
One more question. What will you guys do in the XFL to hold the attention of, sports fans? I mean, we're talking about hockey season. The Blues are coming off the Stanley Cup win. I mean, everybody's going to have eyes on them. What are you guys going to do to make this interesting and fun for the fans?
Oh, I think that the one thing, if you give people, is competition. If you give them a good product that is ready to go out and compete every day, and show people that you're not scared to back down to anything, they'll come. They'll come.